I'm continuing my reading here. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication, so I will be skipping around a little bit as I move along. Now, I am still in Joshua, but I want to mention that I do have a bit of a cough. And so to prevent myself from going into a coughing fit while I'm filming, I've got a cough drop in my cheek there. Helps a lot, but it might interfere with my reading. Just wanted to mention it. My son is also in the background watching the Looney Tunes and occasionally making noise, so we'll see how it goes. This is Joshua chapter 7. Israel defeated by the people of Ai. Joshua complains to the Lord. Achan and his household destroyed because he disobeyed the Lord in taking of spoils of Jericho. Now, remember first, before we read this, when they destroyed Jericho, the only spoils they were allowed to take was the gold, silver, brass, and iron, and all of that had to be given to the Lord, had to go to the treasury of the tabernacle. Could not go to individuals. And that's an important thing to note. Also, the last chapter, I didn't mention this, but in the last video I should have, that because of Jericho, see, before, Israel was led by Moses. And the people, the Canaanites and the Amorites and all these people, feared Israel because of Moses, to a large degree. Now, Joshua's leading them. And the people of Jericho, they walled themselves in, they closed off their city, and they thought maybe there's a chance we'll survive because Moses is no longer with them. But Joshua, with this miraculous destruction of Jericho, proved that God is still with Israel. And it said that his fame was noised throughout all the country. So now the people know, now all the Canaanites and the Amorites and everybody know that Joshua has the same power that Moses has. So remember those things here. Now, but the children of Israel committed a trespass and the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth-aven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up, view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. And they returned to Joshua and said unto him, Let not all the people go up, but let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai, and make not all the people do labor thither, for they are but few. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai, and the men of Ai smote of them about 36 men. For they chased them from before the gate, even unto Shebarim, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted, and became as water. Shebarim, Hebrew, alternate Hebrew, the quarries, so mines, or not mines, but where you would quarry stone in the mountains. Smote them in the going down. This is the pass, or coming down the mountain. So Ai was up in the mountains. There was quarries nearby. It's kind of describing the lay of the land here. But I like that. You know, people go out and say, hey, this is a small place. We don't need to send too many people. We also know they sent, 3,000, and they only lost 36 people. This was not a big battle. There were probably a lot of wounded, but only 36 died. But the people saw early on that there was something that they weren't going to win, so they fled. Anyways, verse 6. And Joshua rent his clothes and fell on the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side Jordan. O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turneth their backs before their enemies? For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall environ us round, and cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto thy great name? I like Joshua's lament here. Maybe we should have just stayed on the west side of Jordan. We've already conquered that place. If we're just going to come over here and get beat by this small town, we might as well just stay there. Now everybody else is going to think we're weak, and they're all going to gang up on us. What are we going to do? Here's the Lord's answer. Verse 10. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Get thee up, wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face? Israel hath sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you any more, except ye destroy the accursed from among you. Up, sanctify the people, and say, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, There is an accursed thing in the midst of thee. O Israel, thou canst not stand before thine enemies until ye take away the accursed thing from among you. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribes. And it shall be that the tribe which the Lord taketh shall come according to the families thereof, and the family which the Lord shall take shall come by households, and the household which the Lord shall take shall come man by man. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he hath, because he hath transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he hath wrought folly in Israel. So, what is the accusation here? First of all, pay attention to this. No, they have taken the accursed thing, they have stolen and dissembled. And dissembled means being false or being deceitful. They took what they weren't supposed to take, they stole, and they did it secretly. They did it deceptively. So, we're going to cast lots to find out who it is. We're going to say when God takes it, bring the 12 tribes. Everybody draw a straw. Whoever has the longest straw, that's the tribe that God has taken. They all come by families. Each family draws a straw. That's basically what we're doing here. Verse 16. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes. And the tribe of Judah was taken, and he brought the family of Judah. And he took the family of Zarhites. And he brought the family of the Zarhites by man, and Zabdi was taken. And he brought his household man by man, and Achan the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah was taken. And Joshua said unto Achan, My son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, Indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them, and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So what did he do? He took the garment, the accursed thing. Remember, they were only supposed to take silver, gold, brass, and iron. He took garments, he took clothing, expensive clothing, nice stylish clothing. Took the accursed thing. He also took silver and gold, which were allowed to be taken, but were to be given to the treasury of God, to the tabernacle, to the priests. He stole. And he hid them in his tent. He buried them under his tent. He dealt deceitfully. Verse 22. So when Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons and his daughters, and his oxen and his asses, and his sheep and his tent, and all that he had. And they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, Why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger. Wherefore the name of the place was called the Valley of Achor unto this day. So they were executed. Now, some people ask why his family was executed, why his animals were executed, everything. Well, partly, again, it's the same thing with, as we saw with Dathan and Abiram. Their whole families were destroyed. Moses gave the family, look, leave the tents or you're going to be destroyed with them. It's the same thing here. Achan hid it in his tent. His family knew. There's no way they didn't know that he hid it there. They were complicit in his act. In addition, by taking the stuff, he had cursed himself and all that he had. That was what God said in Joshua. Anybody who takes it is going to be accursed. All that they have is going to be accursed. To get rid of the accursed thing didn't just mean give the stuff back. You had to get rid of those who had become cursed because of their actions. So, I don't know if that makes sense. But it's also like the guy that was gathering sticks on the Sabbath and he had to be stoned. Why? For just gathering sticks. Well, he was probably selling them, for one thing. But it's you have to enforce the law. If you let, especially this time when the people are very stiff-necked, very stubborn, they like to rebel. When you have a rebellious nation, and you have a rebellious people, you have to enforce the law very strictly, or you will just engender more rebellion. Now, I do want to mention one other thing that I found very interesting. It has nothing to do with all this nice, deep philosophical stuff, but you'll note, Achan, son of Carmi, son of Zabdi, son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah. It doesn't say he is the son of Judah. In fact, no, he's not the son of Judah. This indicates to me, now I think we will verify this in Chronicles, when we actually start listing all the children of Judah. But this indicates to me that he was not a direct descendant of Judah. That this family was not a direct descendant. They were, or at least not through the male line. Maybe they married a daughter of Judah or a daughter who was descended of Judah. But they were of the tribe of Judah because they were descended from one of Judah's servants. Remember, I've talked about it before, that Israel came down into Egypt with households, not just them and their children, but their servants, their everything. They had many people who came with them. And Achan seems to have been descended from a member of Judah's household, but not directly descended from Judah himself. And as I said, when we get to Chronicles, we can probably confirm that. But that's the way it appears to me from the way it is worded. So, I will see you in the next one.